The builder. I've known him since about mid to late 60s.
That's got next to it.
Well, actually, my little wife stood next to this car. Wow. She was in the original car. Okay. You realize he's done cars with I Dream of Genie, people that were in it. On the one car you're going to see, Strip Star and all that stuff, and Wayne Shatner was in the Strip Star. And, all these guys, when you see them, you'll recognize them. Oh my God, that was Batgirl's car, Catwoman's car in the original series. And you'll see it. You'll see these cars.
Oh, Fernando.
Oh, look, they have a historical plate.
Yep.
There. Every time I turn around, I see something new and wonderful to look at.
Oh God, you ain't seen
See if we
nothing
can't
yet.
mic you up here.
Just put it in the back.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, yeah, okay. Go.
Hi, this is Space Loft. This is Monty, and this is Josh, and we're here with a friend of mine, Gene Winfield, one of the greatest custom car builders in the world. And he'll take it from here and show you what he's got.
Okay, thank you, Monty. Of course, this is my coffee table I just made recently. It's a flathead Ford engine out of my race car, out of one of my race cars, and I decided to make a glass top coffee table. And of course, this engine is one that I blew up at Bonneville. Actually, the record there in that class is 138 and a half, and I went 137 and blew a rod and went through the block. And so I've since then created a new engine, and we'll go back there. Actually, Bonneville is next week, but I'm going to be in Pebble Beach. They've invited me to come over there and be at an auction where my car, Maybelline, is going to be auctioned off on Saturday. So I'm going to go in October. I'll go to Bonneville with 2 cars.
Why don't you show them your Builder of the Year award?
Okay.
Then you can show your posters.
In 2008, I was Builder of the Year in Detroit at the Detroit Autorama, and this is an award they made for me. And they made these posters, Winfield in the movies, Winfield on TV, and then each car, I had 12 cars there, and each car had a nice sign on it telling about the car and so forth. So it was really great.
Yeah, I noticed right over here you have the taxi from Blade Runner.
Yeah, this is not the taxi. This is a car from Blade Runner.
Right.
And this is one of 25. I built 25 cars for Blade Runner.
Wow.
And I built 7 of these. This is what they call every man's coupe. It was sort of like a Volkswagen Beetle would be, you know. And it was just a nice little coupe. And then I built the spinner that they lifted to fly, and just all kinds, the Sebastian's car. And then I built 4 taxis. They were way taller. They were yellow, but they were way taller, straight up, kind of straight up and down, where you walk in and stand up in the taxi.
That's too cool.
So it was really great. And
I remember watching Blade Runner, growing up, and then to see this in front of me, it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, wow.
yeah, and of course, I did a lot of other movies. I did Back to the Future 2, did the DeLorean, one of the DeLoreans, and also Lifted to Fly. I built a complete DeLorean out of fiberglass, and it only weighed 700 pounds. No engine, no tranny, but made the wheels fold under.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool, and they lifted that to fly. And then the police car, which we call a spinner for Blade Runner, that was also a lightweight vehicle with no engine, so that they could lift it with a crane and fly it. So that's been a lot of fun. And I did all kinds of other movies, Get Smart, TV, Man from U.N.C.L.E. In fact, I had one of my cars on Bewitched. They wrote a whole episode around my car on Bewitched, and I have it there. Yeah, well, with the movie cars and television, I did all kinds of TV and movie cars, and then also I did commercials. When you see a commercial, there's no credits.
Right.
You have no idea. So my next book, I have one book out already, and that one is temporarily out of print, but now it's just now being reprinted. I'll get it in a couple months. But the new book is going to be movie cars, television, and commercials.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I did a lot of crazy commercials.
That would be really cool to see.
You know, made things happen, and so that's going to be exciting to have that book out. You know, and let the people know what kind of goes on behind the scenes and some of that stuff. You know,
Right.
It's really good. And I have out here in container, I have a strip star that it was used, well, it was actually on the street in Back to the Future 2.
Oh, okay.
When they did that street scene, when he comes around that courtyard on a skateboard.
Right.
Well, the strip star was one of the background
Gotcha.
cars, and also one of the Back to the Future, or Blade Runner. One of the Blade Runner cars was also sitting on the street in that scene.
Very cool.
So we can show you those cars, and then also my Roadster that I run at Bonneville. And
Action.
We're back here with Mr. Gene Winfield, and I see you brought us one of your books and a few of your pictures.
yeah, this is my book, The Legendary Custom Cars and Hot Rods of Gene Winfield. That was the name of the first one, written by David Grant, and it has all kinds of my history, the very early history, and lots of show cars, racing, a little bit of everything.
Very nice.
Magazine covers, Rod and Custom. I'm on the second issue of Rod and Custom, June of '53. First issue was May, and this is '54. But I built model airplanes. It tells my history, a little bit of everything. Wendy's Custom Shop was my first shop. It's really a pretty nice book.
And what was the name of your new book coming out?
The new book, we haven't put the final title on it yet, but it'll be movie cars, television, and commercials.
Okay.
So we haven't settled on a title yet
Right.
for that book. So that's halfway along. We'll finish that probably by the end of this year, and then it'll be printed early next year.
Great, great. And could you tell us a little bit more about your car show that you have?
Yes, my car show, this is a flyer here, and it's a people show as well as a car show.
Oh, okay. Good.
All these people, they're very important people. All the painters, the pinstripers, the custom body builders from all over the world come.
Hi, Gene. Can you tell us more about this Cadillac here?
Yeah, this is a '49 Cadillac convertible, and they've been working on it for about 5 years, and it's all done underneath. It's all beautiful. The frame is all done. The headers. It has a 502 Chevy big block with an 871 blower on it, and it's all trick. But anyway, they brought it in for me to finish it up and paint it, and so I chopped it. I talked them into chopping the top, made a folding top. So we've chopped it, and we've done a few little things on the inside, and the radiator and stuff was not mounted. So now we're getting ready to paint it. We're going to go ahead and paint it, and I'm going to do a Winfield blended paint job on it.
What
and then,
colors are you going to use?
Well, I'm going to use Brandywine on the bottom. It'll go from Brandywine, which is a deep maroon color, and I'll blend all the way up into my white pearls and light candy colors up in the top.
Beautiful.
So then it'll be for sale. This car will be for sale soon because the owner is dying of cancer, and so they've got many problems. So we're just going to paint it up and then offer it for sale right away.
Wow.
So
I'd love to have the cash
it's going to be
for
a
it.
nice car. And I made molding that goes all the way around the dash, all the way down through here, all custom made. This piece right here, that's all handmade. And that'll be chrome plated, and of course I shortened the grill and made two grills into one, so that'll be all chrome plated.
I noticed the bows were even chromed on the top.
Yeah, the hardware is chrome plated. Yeah, it's going to be a very nice car.
Beautiful.
And this is the solar scene that I'm duplicating here. That was that bronze colored car, and doing that for a customer in Washington.
Beautiful.
We do our fiberglass over in that room over there.
One more.
Let me just move that out of there. You ready to roll?
Yeah, whenever you are.
Okay, the back end of this car is all unique. The trunk lid is completely handmade, all out of sheet metal. It gets kind of a boat tail effect on it, and then it has a Kaiser bumper guard. And originally these Cadillacs, you open up the tail light to fill it with fuel. it's all taped up. But anyway, so we're putting the battery shutoff in there. The main battery shutoff will be inside there, so you flip up the tail light and turn the battery on and off. So it's pretty cool. And it's got air ride, you know, air ride suspension. It all goes. It's going to go up and down with air ride.
Look at the AC in this thing. Wow.
Oh yeah. And here, this is one of the typical things we do here. I made all of these window frames out of flat sheet metal. I make them into a channel and bend them and shape them, and then this quarter window will slide in and out.
Wow.
And then the other door glass will roll up and down by power. So we make all of those frames right here.
So that's just a typical everyday thing for you, isn't it?
Yes, that's true.
Incredible.
All right. Call it an English wheel. It's just a nickname. It's a wheeling machine is what it is. We put metal in here and wheel it back and forth. But I've just recently painted it, and but I built it out of an old riveter. This is solid steel. It's flame cut, solid 3-inch thick steel. And I just extended it and put my ends on it, and it works great. I built this over 30 years ago. This is kind of a workstation. This is called a stake plate. This is a stake plate. A couple of companies make those still today, and some of these are factory stakes. We put the stake in the stake plate.
Okay.
See, and then a lot of these are custom made. I go to workshops all over the world and I find little pieces. I found these in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. A guy was cutting these bearings to use them just for this surface. So I made all kinds of these special, and some of them are factory. This actually came from Sweden, this one.
Oh, wow.
So it's just a nice dome, and we pound metal on there.
Right.
With hammers and dollies, and of course I have a sandbag over there. So that's how we
That's just incredible how
work special shapes, you know, with all these kind of tools.
Amazing.
I'll go over and open the trailer.
So I was exploring here around Gene Winfield's body shop, and I noticed these trailers around here, and I was kind of curious of what would be inside them. So I asked him for permission, and he's actually given us permission to go inside here and take a look in these and take a look at his prized possessions, his basically works of art, which are treasures amongst the automotive world. So if you'd follow me now, we're going to go inside here and show you exactly what he's got cooking up under these things.
Okay, this car up here is called the Strip Star. It's all aluminum. I built that car in '63 and '64, and it's asymmetrical design. The driver has a top that goes up and down by power, and then the other seat is out in the open. I call that the mother-in-law seat. She sits outside. The hood is power. It has a 427 Ford in it, and the frame was actually a 46 Ford. 46 Ford, and I shortened the frame and built that car for shows and things like that, made to look like a race car. This one is a real race car. This is my land speed car. I run it at Bonneville and El Mirage. I went in 08, I went 211 with it. And out here at El Mirage, the record is 208, and I went 197. So I'm close there. And it has aluminum tonneau covers, aluminum trunk, hood, and nose is all aluminum. And this one has a NASCAR engine. It's 800 plus horsepower Robert Yates NASCAR engine in here. And I'll run this again in October. I'll run both this one and the coupe in October.
And back off a minute here.
Okay so far?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Monty did the vinyl, all the Ford emblems, and the name, my name, and everything on the car, the numbers, all was done by Monty.
And it was great. I loved every second working on this.
Good job.
Okay.
Also all aluminum. And I built this one in 1965 and 6. And I built it for a show promoter in Detroit. And he put it through the shows for several years and all that. And then I bought it back from him and restored it. And then I've had it in a few movies. And then they completely wrote an episode for Bewitched. It was heavy on one whole episode of Bewitched.
Wow.
So it was a very nice, by the way, it's a turbocharged Corvair, front-wheel drive on a Citroen chassis, a French Citroen chassis. So it's
What happened to be able to tie the 2 movies that it was in, would you?
Pardon me?
The 2 movies that it was in?
It was TV, well, the TV shows also.
Well, it was in a TV show. This is the Catwoman's car.
Right.
It was a Catwoman's car, and then it was on Bewitched. Then it was on several different, scenes on the street.
It was also shot in Star Trek.
Yes, it was on Star Trek also.
Yeah.
It has a unique steering apparatus and all kinds of, interesting, futuristic things,
Just the back end of this alone, I mean, just
Yeah.
spacey enough for me.
So now you see where they got the ideas from. All the space stuff was with Gene Winfield.
Yeah.
These were sequential taillights. They blink across. Bing, bing, bing. You push a button. I had a remote control box that you plug in the bottom of the car, and it had 10 different things that work from that remote box.
Oh.
Start the engine, accelerate the engine, make the car go up and down, make the top go up and down, make the doors go up and down, the hood, and sequential taillights. You turn on the headlights, a trap door opens, the headlights roll out and turn on.
Wow.
And roll back in.